I'm Rick Dior, and welcome to solo number 5 from my 15 Diversions for Snare Drum by Les Parks series. That was Caballeros. This is a very hard solo, and it's difficult because it's so fast, and this is one of the only ones in the book that he has a tempo marked. It's quarter note equals 128, and I believe this was written for the Hawthorne Caballeros, and they played it at least once, and I guess they all survived, but not sure they did it this fast, but this is the written tempo, so I attempted to play it that fast. It's not normally what I would do for a solo with this many notes, and it actually sounds better slower. I'll play it for you slower in a minute here. But first, this is the kind of solo that's got so many interconnected rolls and drags, it almost sounds like mush when you play it that fast. The thing to do to help that sound a little bit better is play all the accents pretty heavy and keep your sticks pretty low. The sticks I'm using today are these 76 gram Leopardwood sticks. They're a little thicker than usual, and they have a big 3/8 inch bead, so I don't have to lift real high and get a lot of power from down low here. There's a lot to talk about in this solo, and the video's not going to be that long, so we'll briefly go through it. But I think first, let me play a little bit for you slower. I think a reasonable tempo for this thing would be around 114. So let's try a little of that. 1, 2, 1, 2. To me, that sounds and feels a lot better. So what I'm trying to say here is you don't have to do it at quarter note equals 128. I just wanted to play it for you because that's the written tempo. But 114, maybe 116, that feels a lot better. All right. So I talked earlier about some interconnecting things. All these drags that happen throughout, they really start in line 3, so I'll do the rest of it at 114 so you can hear what's going on. So here's line 3. 1, 2. As far as accents go, you can add some accents here. You can phrase it differently. That's okay. But the sound needs to be a continuous flowing sound, almost like you're sort of almost rolling through it. One more time. I'll do the accents as written now. 1, 2. Okay, so you see how that works with the flow. So the drags need to be played very, very quietly, and they fill in the space, so there's no empty space. You don't want to play it like this. So that'll not only drag like it did there, no pun intended, but it will sound stiff, okay? It needs to sound fluent, almost like a Buddy Rich drum solo there. One of the trickiest parts of the solo, when you get to line 5 and 6, that is nasty. So I'll play that for you. 1, 2. Lots of tricky stickings there, hard to maneuver around. All right, pay attention to the stickings, the last line of the first page, especially that last bar. You see that there. And then we're on to the second page. So this goes by so fast at 128, you can barely read it. So you have to practice it a lot because it's crazy fast at 128. 114, like I said, more reasonable. Let's play the first 4 lines of this for you here. 1, 2. So once again, you see how those drags and stickings are interconnected. So it's a constant flow. Now, one thing you could do is practice it without the drags, especially line 4 of the second page. That's the accent pattern. So switched up the stickings there a little. Okay, so that's what you want to do to make sure you're playing the rhythms correctly. Watch out for those ties. When it's not a roll, don't play the note that it's tied to. Leave that out. And finally, we have the last 3 lines of this solo, which is tricky as well and all interconnected. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'll play it at 128 for you, the written tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this solo. It's one of the more difficult ones in the book. And once again, you do not have to do it at 128. You can do it slower. So we'll play it again here. I'll be using the click at 128, but you won't hear the click. And we'll see you next time for solo number 6.